Hello, my friends. How are you? Welcome to another episode of 30 Albums for 30 Years. I am your host, Jay Sweet. In this podcast, we take a listen and a look at the 30 most impactful albums for each year, starting in 1964, going till 1994. I'm actually broadcasting today from my car on a break from a gig, just trying to avoid the drunk people.
Julian.
Sometimes that's hard. But anyway, let's get back to the album. Today's album is a good one. The Rolling Stones, Out of Our Heads, recorded between 1964 through 1965, and it was released in America on July 30th, 1965. Time to get rolling with the Stones. Let's check it out. All right, my friends, so I've already talked quite a bit about the Rolling Stones on this program. So I'm going to get right into the album Out of Our Heads. Like the Beatles, the Rolling Stones, or at least their management, like to confuse people with different editions and releases between UK and US releases. There are some legal reasons for this, but basically it's just annoying. We will deal with the US edition on London Records and not the UK Decca edition. So you know the band members by now at this point. You got Mick Jagger, Brian Jones, Keith Richards, Charlie Watts, and Bill Wyman. And then you also have the member who is not really a member, but kind of a member, which was pianist Ian Stewart. He's on this record quite a bit. Like the other Stones releases to this point, the album was a blend of blues and soul covers mixed with original material. The record became the first number one, yes, on the US Billboard charts for the Rolling Stones, and contained what Rolling Stones magazine, go figure, lists as the second greatest rock and roll song of all time. Kind of my theme song, I Can't Get No Satisfaction. Really, that's a Rodney Dangerfield thing.
Boy, that's the story of my life. No respect. I got no respect.
But anyway, according to the magazine, the top song is Bob Dylan's Like a Rolling Stone. Again, that Rolling Stone connection. This was also released in 1965. With the chart success of the album and a hit single that would become a classic, and I Can't Get No Satisfaction, the Stones were now rolling closer to catching up to the Beatles. And what's cool about this record is that the best songs are the ones that the Stones actually wrote. I think it's their first album like that. The choice of covers are great as well, but as I continue to relay in regards to Stones covers, I think the original recordings were better. And that's not meant to disrespect the Stones. They did a fine job. It's just that they picked incredible songs. What is most important regarding their covers is that they inspired and introduced people to some great artists, mostly African American artists, which helped to raise awareness among those who look beyond the Rolling Stones versions. I think more than any other band, their fame helped to introduce Caucasian Americans to their own domestic music and to the power of pure blues and R&B, which of course connects to the African and African American experience and that rich heritage. It is the blend of European melodies and harmonies and the African rhythmic tradition which makes American music so special, and I think the Rolling Stones helped to introduce a larger audience to that blend.